that is heavy bench press. Look, heavy is all relative. In a competition prep, I'll work up to a heavy single, and then I'll typically do my back off sets. For a lot of people, I recommend, 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps for your main heavy pressing day. And then, break times, you want 5 to 7 minutes between sets. You want to completely recover. And also when you set up on this exercise, you just want to retract your scapula and really push your chest up. It will shorten the range of motion a fair bit, but you keep all the tension on your chest. You put your shoulders in a safer position. It's a lot harder to get injured. But these ones here, I'm hitting 10 reps. So 4 sets of 10 or 8s if you want, works really quite well. Then on an additional day, I'd have a light bench press day. Again, 4 sets of 10, but at 80% of the weight that you used. So if you're hitting 100 kilos for 4 sets of 10 on your light day, you want to hit 4 sets of 10 at 80. It's really quite simple. In terms of muscles hit, obviously it's going to hit the chest, shoulders, triceps. To an extent, it's going to work your forearms if you're actively thinking about gripping and crushing the bar in your hands. A lot of people don't do that. They just hold on to the bar and don't give it too much thought. And you'll also find if you're setting up correctly and pulling your scapula back, again, you're using a fair bit of upper back just from a stabilization point of view. And then lastly, on the list is squats. Now, I'm working up to singles because I've got, a competition. So these are just a few of the, heavy singles that I've done. In terms of rep work, for most people, I recommend anywhere from, 4 sets of, 6 up to 10. It really depends on the individual. I find squatting once a week heavy works really quite well. And when I say heavy, that's like your main squat session, hitting your 4 sets with the reps, and pushing yourself to, about a 9 out of 10 in terms of difficulty on the last set. Then later in the week, you can have a lighter squat day, and it's literally a light squat day, just a plate either side, 4 sets of 10. That's just more for speed and technique work and keep your mobility there and on point. But I found 4 sets was really all I ever needed. Then, with the traditional, squat, if you struggle to do that, you can always swap it for like a front squat if you want. That's going to hit a little bit more quad. It's really going to force you to stay upright. Again, the sets and reps stayed, that's a